Welcome, folks. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much, Chris. If there's a small chance that you're here and you don't know Chris, I doubt it, but if that's the case, uh, check out Chris. 5258. My favorite. Tactical Tim's with the follow. Appreciate it, Tactical Tim's. I gotta make these smaller because, we're going to be joined shortly by Zoe as well. Pops is now following. Hello, Pops.
There we go. Found a headset. Sorry about that.
Blart, while you were gone, Chris rated us with 31
Chris,
viewers.
That's awesome.
That's our
Thank
hero.
You, Chris.
That's our hero right there. Posture check. Luca0212 is now following. Chris has rated us with a bunch of people who are actually following. What a sensational start to the stream. Thank you, Chris, and thank you all for the follows. Luca0212, Pops, Tactical Tims. We really appreciate it. We do this every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what we do. Posture check times 2. Oh man, I look strange when I sit straight up. And hydrate. Appreciate that. Cross is in the chat. Akusume's in the chat. How you doing, Akusume? Welcome, welcome. We're waiting on Zoe, I think. Wouldn't hydrating with beer dehydrate yourself? No, beer is mostly water.
We're nutritionists. We know these things.
Yeah, it's mostly water. So, ask a host a question. Go ahead. It doesn't say who did it.
I think it was Daniel.
Daniel.
The question was Karat.
The question was Karat. Yes. Next question. Akusume, you are right. I think it does dehydrate you, but you know what? If you drink enough of it, it should hydrate you. Let me get this bad boy set up. I got a new stream set up. Everything's great. I guess Zoe will be joining us later. But Zoe's here.
He's here.
There we go.
Beer. The thing is, beer definitely does dehydrate you, but in the rural hills of North Carolina, in order to make sure that the water's safe to drink, you have to just mix it with alcohol. It's a safety thing.
Yeah, this is half beer, half water.
It's you either have to boil the water or just straight up drink beer. It's much like the medieval times, the medieval ages, except that since it's kind of hot down there right now, they want to be drinking the beer because boiled water is too hot for that sort of thing.
That's right. That's right. Bl'Artagnan is the North Carolina expert here. And I'm just a hillbilly living in the hills of North Carolina drinking beer when I'm asked to hydrate. But I guess we should get this show on the road. I think Zoe is setting up maybe some
Hello,
girls here.
friends. I'm here.
Zoe is here.
Hello.
And we've got SomeGirl. Blart, you first because you were here first. Actually, SomeGirl was here first, but I'm going to disrespect her early and often.
Wow.
Blart, how are you doing, man? I didn't get a chat with you last week. I was under the weather with my voice. I missed you, man. I've said this before, but I missed your musk. I missed your laugh. I think after all this is over, we should get an apartment together. What do you have to say about that?
I appreciate that. Canonically speaking, just so everyone knows, I do bathe regularly and I take steps to make sure the musk is in check. So don't take that the wrong way. And I am looking forward to getting an apartment with you in the distant future. Probably after my kids have gone to college and wife is cool with it.
I hope that day comes.
But I'm doing great. I'm doing pretty well. Had a pretty nice, relaxing weekend. But actually, I think the most exciting thing is we just went like about, I'd say 5 minutes before we went live, I discovered that Way of the House Husband on Netflix has more new episodes, and that show just delights me on many levels. As someone who lives in a house who is also a husband, so I'm all about that show. I'm very excited to watch more episodes of it on Netflix.
I don't remember how to invite everyone. Well, Blart, it is good to hear from you. It's good to hear your voice. Glad we're all back together and kicking. I'll kick it to Zoe, who can then give it to our special guest. It's a surprise special guest. But Zoe, you first. How are you doing? How was your week?
Kind of ruined the surprise by having the Discord overlay on the stream, so not so sure about that one, but I'm doing well. I, as
Fixed it.
usual, got the late bus here, so I kind of had to hustle my way back to my apartment, but I'm here, I'm chilling, had a job interview, went well today. Yeah, I'm ready to talk some Devo.
Well, welcome, Zoe. The trifecta is strong. I know everyone in chat is incredibly happy that you're back. You were back last week, but they're incredibly happy that you're here. But we're not just a trio this week. We have a special guest, SomeGirl, SomeGirl. She goes by many names. I'm gonna fix the overlay now so you can see who it was. Surprise! It's SomeGirl. SomeGirl, how are you doing? And welcome.
I'm doing all right. Work's been busy, but otherwise I'm good.
Are you excited to be a part of this chaos and help me through these Lufania pluses in person this time?
Oh, I'm
kind of
very excited.
I gotta ask, now that we're on the air officially and it's being recorded for posterity, why SomeGirl / SomeGirl? What's the story? Give us the deets. I've been wondering about this for months, and now I finally have a chance to put you on the spot and demand answers. The people need to know.
Because I couldn't think of a better username.
Touché.
That's the SomeGirl part. What about the SomeGirl part? I know about the SomeGirl part, but I don't think everyone else does.
Do you?
I just know that that's what Mino calls you. He just read it as
No, that's my
SomeGirl.
name. No, that's been my name in game and like my YouTube name and stuff. I don't know, like just some of my friends cut off a couple letters and I thought it sounded cute, so I kept it.
Let me tell you, the first time I tried shouting you out in a YouTube video, it made it very difficult. So
that's good.
It's up there with the Black Cloud, Black Nero branding scheme as far as those sorts of things go. But I'm glad we could finally get to the bottom of this. It's been driving me nuts.
Honestly, I just don't care that much.
Blart had a similar experience when he tried to rebrand from Bl'Artagnan, which I thought was incredibly deep and meaningful and funny.
It is.
And he rebranded to Bl'Artagnan. Luckily, he survived through the storm, and he's with us now as Bl'Artagnan.
I mean, his name in Discord definitely says Bl'Artagnan. I don't know what you're talking about.
SomeGirl, the only two people, or the only person in my co-op right now is you.
I see that.
All these people in chat, I know you guys are friends with me. I just asked you, I just requested, go to your thing, click the red sword, and come. Where are you, Chad? You should have got an invite. How about it, everybody?
Yeah, I'm super ready for this co-op. I've got my Jack call ready.
Oh my god, if you pop that Jack call.
Where's the Sandor call at? That's the real good one.
I'll get my Sid Raines call.
The best I've seen, both Rosa calls.
Just in case something goes wrong, I like it. Get the
I was not prepared
ready.
for it when it happened.
Let's see, what have I seen? I saw someone use both Vaughn calls the other day. That was an interesting one.
Forum call is pretty funny for co-ops.
See, I've seen both Fujin calls. But the Vaughn call was so funny because the base Vaughn call, if you don't know, is just like the regular version without any of the follow-ups. It's like 1 or 2 dumps. It's really...
Things like that. Sometimes I wonder like why they even bothered. Like what does that add to the game? Why did you do that?
People want to use it in co-op. They want to just throw a random.
Oh, I mean Squax. I mean, the people can do what the people want. I'm looking. I'm like, as a game designer, why even bother coding that?
For the Van fans. Vaughn.
The Vaughn Fawn.
Okay, yeah, he did it. Before this gets away from us, let's talk.
Way too late.
It's way too late. Yeah, it's gonna be complete chaos. The new person here, the name escapes me. It's our new friend, Debauchery, Deus Ex Debauchery. If you're like,
whose think is this?
If you're like him and this is your first trip down the Lifestream rabbit hole, this should be plenty of chaos for you.
Oh, I am like super desynced from your co-op.
You desynced? Well, you're sitting here doing nothing right now.
The other person in my co-op is a Sync, and yours is a Sid Raines.
Yeah, my co-op is
this is
the chaos continues. Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of
Good
Sid Raines,
action shot of Sync.
I know. Look
Like
at that.
she's
about
really
to-
going for that plant dinosaur thing.
About to hit that Tropius with a mace. Hard.
Desynced. Nice one, CSDX.
Well, I'm getting
Student of
stickers, so
co-op.
it must work, but it's just not doing anything. Wait, you're in the co-op still, some Migi.
I know, but it's player 3's turn for me, and player 3 is a Sync that only has Brave and HP attack equipped.
Sid Raines, Sync, and
There's no Sid Raines in my co-op.
we're in co-opception right now. Jesus Christ, this is all just blowing up in our
It really
face.
wouldn't be a live stream if it didn't get derailed like 20 minutes in at most.
I
so
could
it's
send
pretty
you a
on brand
screenshot,
for
like-
us.
I'm shocked because normally the fights start going all screwy during the Lufania, but in this case we're starting at the co-op.
This is a special kind of
Aphmau
screwy.
is proving too much for us, so we
Yeah.
better pray for the Lufania Plus.
We're in 2 co-ops at once. Jesus Christ. Glad to be here. Yeah, thank you so much. We're gonna try that again. Anyway, folks, welcome to the live stream. This is episode 12, 11. This is a double-digit
It's
episode.
11.
We've got our first guest for the entire show, SomeGirl. And some things happened in the game since the last time we were with you. My voice was injured, so I'll just tell you how my weekend went. Watched a lot of football. Wake Forest won, undefeated, go Deeks. And I did not mow the yard this weekend, though. So, a little change from the normal for me. But since we last joined, all here in this holy circle, Sid Raines dropped. Sid Raines, the bad guy from Final Fantasy 13.
Is he? He seems so nice in the
Right?
cutscenes.
I think he's like a bad guy who's a good guy, if that makes sense. He's like a good
It's
guy,
complicated.
but he's a
So-
bad guy.
So it's like in Wreck-It Ralph what Zangief was saying. He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
Exactly. Good reference.
So he's a bad guy, but he's a good person. Is that what? I mean, is that what I'm hearing? He's a good person, but a
I
bad.
think we're definitely overthinking this here.
Well, I think that if you're going to use him in DFFOO, not only do you need to know his kit, but you need to know his reasons. Why is he here? Why is he fighting? What does he fight for? Frog, change your Zidane. I'm
Well,
trying not
see,
to
the
get riled
thing-
up. I'm trying not to get
The
riled
thing
up.
you gotta know about Raines is that he speaks for the dead.
Oh,
That is very true. He does speak for the
he
dead.
speaks for the dead.
Do
And
we have
that's
to
it.
like pay Orson Scott Card royalties after that?
Please no, I hate. Well, I kind of like
Speaker
the
for
Ender's
the
Game
dead.
books, but not a great person.
All
We don't
right.
need to get into that, but we're on the same
No,
page there.
no, let's absolutely get into that. Let me tell you guys something. Since we're not talking about DFFOO, let's go on a whole nother tangent. My favorite author growing up was Orson Scott Card. My favorite books, Shadow of the Hegemony, Ender's Game, all the Ender saga, the Bean saga. I went to a Borders one time and met him, and he signed my copy of Shadow of the Hegemony. So that's the end of the story. But he didn't do anything crazy. He wasn't rude. He wasn't like nice. He just like was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, man, I love your books, dude." And he was like, "Cool, man. Here you go. I'm gonna sign it for you." And he signed it for me, and I still have it to this day. So, Orson Scott Card, fantastic writer. It's not just young adult literature. You're gonna want to read.
Well, we can leave it there. I think that's
Are you
probably
sure?
as far as we need. Which probably as far as we need to take the Orson Scott Card discussion at this time.
All right, if you want
Right,
more Orson
agree.
Scott Card, always remember I'm Zidane guy, as CM Holder's pointing out in chat, but I'm also Orson Scott Card guy. So
Good
now you
thing
know.
we're shilling Orson Card really
Orson
hard
Scott
in this.
Card.
Orson, excuse me, let me not
Orson
mess
Scott
up his name.
Card.
The first 4 books are good. I forget if they like fell off after the Ender series, but I think Blurt is right, and we have done more than enough screen time for Ender's Game. So
Okay, I
Sid
disagree.
Raines.
I disagree, but we'll move on. So Sid Raines is the new character. Now that we're all here as a big giant party, I want one of you to tell me what you think about Sid Raines and how he went on. We'll go into his kit a little bit more when I start playing as him, but I'll go Somegi. How did Sid
What?
Raines treat you? Did you get him? And are you enjoying
So, funny story about that.
it? Oh God.
So I was like totally planning to skip him.
Hipster.
No,
Got him.
I don't need Sid Raines. I'm gonna go through Frania Plus with Agrius and Sync. Sorry.
well,
Please continue.
see,
I'm sorry.
I have this problem with this game, right? Where
Okay.
I get bored, and then I pull characters. And this was a banner where I didn't have either LD, which is really hard to pass up.
Right. Even for a hipster. Go on.
Well, yeah, it's like 2 LDs. Come on, that's like 2 whole characters.
Even hipsters like LTs.
I just like having characters.
So what I'm hearing is you betrayed your principles.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I have
did.
like, how many times I successfully skipped a banner? Like, never.
Very rare. It's also the funny part is the pulling comes after you beat the content. It's not even for the content.
Oh yeah,
It's
exactly.
like completely
Yeah, no,
after everything is finished.
Yeah, I cleared this fight night 1 with Sync, Yuna, and Aphmau, and then a couple of days later, I woke up on Sunday morning. I was like, I want to gotcha. Like, it's just my gotcha addiction.
Sometimes you gotta.
But I got him. I got Mog too, which is probably the real prize of the banner.
Truly, where's the Mog Sagas at? We need those for
Ew.
Really Funny a Plus.
Ooh.
Pretty good luck. I think it was like 100 and something, 190 tickets maybe.
Well, Somegi is my die-hard enemy. We are rivals and
Yeah.
enemies. So I
I'm-
hate to say this, but that's the correct way to pool. If you're struggling with content, and you're newer to the game, maybe you got to pull to get through something. But try it as hard as you can to get through all content before you pull on the banner. So Megi is not right a lot of the times, but that's the actual correct way to pull on a banner.
I mean, I would say
Shade?
that. I would actually say in this case, I would say this is almost an exception. If you're a new player, you should pull Sid Raines. Like, full stop, no question.
Yes, that's actually true. And we'll get into Sid Raines here in a second. Bl'Art, sorry Zoe. Bl'Art, how did you do on this banner?
Yeah, unlike Somegi, I saw Sid Raines and was like, I want that on my team. I don't care if I need him for the content or not. I just want him on my roster. He's cool. He has sprouts 6 angel wings whenever. Any character that sprouts 6 angel wings whenever he does something is a character I want on my side. So I said, you know what, you're getting as many tickets as it takes. And it turns out it took 50 tickets, and I got a Zidane burst on the way. I don't know if you're counting, but at this point, well, you know what? Before I give you the totals, Zoe, for the live stream, how about you share your Sid Raines experience?
My Sid Raines experience was pretty chill. I was probably also going to skip him for his lost chapter because I didn't really see myself needing him, but I got him on the free pull, and then I got a 3rd Zidane BT as well, chasing the EX in about 30 tickets, so I kind of ran away like a bandit, and he is very fun to play, so I'm pretty happy I have him. I'll use him occasionally, and the funny kicks go burr. Like, there's not much to dislike about Sid Raines. He's fun. He has turn manipulation, which is always a cool part of the game, and he does a fuck ton of damage. So that's Sid Raines.
I really appreciate that now we're leaving the Zidane cycle with 2 Zidane BTs per live stream host. Like we all went out pretty hard at Zidane. We all believed in him.
Okay,
We're all
okay,
our favorite
hold on.
character.
Hey,
Hold on,
I also
hold
got 2. Let's go.
Hold on. I'm
There
glad
we
you
go.
brought that point up. Because I'm not friends with Bl'Art anymore. And this is why. Not only did he luck sack Zidane BT twice, he just said on stream that we all got 2 Zidans. That's not true. I got 1 Zidane, which I pitied. The Zidane BT that I possess, pitied it. And then he has the audacity to come on our stream in front of our friends and disrespect me and say that we all have 2. Bl'Art, what do you have to say for that?
No, Zoe's hanging on to your extra one for you.
2 extra ones. Actually, I didn't even get the LD. I tried, but I didn't get it. So those are just going to be stashed away for,
How do I mute?
I don't know, the
Collect
Sisney
me.
banner or something.
How do I mute
Among-
2 people?
All I'm saying is, among the 4 of us, we all have 2 Zidane BTs collectively. It's 8. We have 8 BTs. There are 4 of us. It's perfect. It lines up exactly, cosmically as it should have.
I'll mail it to you
So-
in like 6 months or something.
Actually, Rod, do you want to hear about my Zidane BTs?
More than anything in the world, please make me so
So-
calm. This anger that's boiling up inside me. How did it go?
So I got-
Tell me all about it.
So my first Zidane BT,
Mhm.
on Zidane's LD banner, I free pulled it.
Right.
My second Zidane BT, I actually got on the daily ticket yesterday.
All right, we're gonna end stream. Thanks everybody for coming out. I can't
It's just
be
gonna be a raw
in a
life
Discord
monologue.
chat.
He's muted all three of us at this point.
Well, congratulations, Somegi. I hope you're really happy. Do you at least have his LD?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I like
fine.
LDs. I told you.
I'm mad, but I'm not as mad as I am at Zoe or
I
Bl'Art.
tried. I spent like 300 tickets, which is like more than the 0 I was gonna spend on him.
Gems, you got his BT. You just go in for gems.
It's such a trap to like luck sack a BT
Bad
and
idea.
then go in gems, like for a character you weren't gonna pull.
Yeah, I did that on Ultimecia, and it was like the worst mistake. Waste of gems.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're always at like 0 gems though. If you have like a nice healthy nest egg to fall back on, like Zoe does,
I
you
have
can
almost
just-
as many gems as
I'm
Raw
under
Life.
300k. I am living dangerously
Poor.
right
Yeah,
now.
you have as many gems as raw life. That's like nothing basically.
Poor.
I said almost. I don't have as many.
Poor. You're all poor. Actually, I'm poor too, but I'm still allowed to laugh at your poverty. Before I really flip out, does anybody want to talk about Raines? Does anybody know what he does? We know he kicks. He grows
Nobody-
wings.
Nobody actually knows what Sid Raines does. He's
just press
inscrutable.
buttons.
He's unfathomable. He's unknowable. He's Sid Raines. He's the best character in the game. You pull him, you use him, you pair him with
You win.
Aphmau, you win. Yeah, you don't know Sid Raines. You are Sid Raines.
Hype Maxi 26 with the follow. Thank you so much, Hype Maxi. Appreciate it.
But yes, the short version is Raines. His whole gimmick is that he joins his own launches, which is really funny, with a pretty powerful attack. Skill 1 maintains the main buff that he uses to do that. Skill 2 is a battery that also pulls one party member right behind him, Onion Knight LD style, before the launch. EX is a cleanse and dispel on the enemy. All of his attacks launch because of his LD buff. He has HP damage up for the party, more of it in launch. His LD brings both party members alongside him before launching, and gives him a free HP attack. It's a one-use one that it's an instant turn rate AoE delay. I actually don't know.
AoE
No,
delay. It is
thought
AoE.
so. Yeah, AoE delay. I think that covers the gist of his deal. Raw Life cannot escape Worry Chad. He is.
It's unreal. It's actually unreal. He's just, no, and then Bard left.
So
Alright.
yeah, this is for those of you listening purely to the audio. Raw keeps running co-ops, and I think literally every one at this point, Worry Chad has joined it with a bronze-only Zidane. It is simply masterful. It's incredible how he just keeps sneaking
Pressing
in there.
the friend button as soon as Raw sends the invite out.
Yeah.
The timing is just is honestly, it's really impressive.
So if you guys want to help out, you guys want to be a friend of the stream, I'm about to send out another invite. Please, Bard, Somegi, anyone, join this co-op.
I tried joining. We saw that one.
Put your
Without,
friend ID in the chat so that people can actually find you if they haven't.
yeah, I'll do that. That's actually a great idea. I don't know how to do it, but
What?
one thing I want to say about Sid Raines, because we did bring him up. We mentioned him as the kind of like Onion Knight type LD, pulls everyone into like behind him. Onion Knight gives out free skills there. I'm just saying. Big Onion Knight fan here, and Onion Knight, when he does that, you get a free skill. You get a free skill every time he does that. And Sid Raines, the same cannot be said. So you heard it here first. Sid Raines is the poor man's Onion Knight.
Bad character, doesn't give free skills, completely
That's
worthless.
all I wanted to say. And I hope that you can understand and appreciate that. I put my friend ID in the chat. Probably won't be able to get in there before the next one, but please don't let Frog get in here. I know I have enough people in here who are already on my friends list. But anyway, with Sid Raines, we also got a Lufania Plus. Did we not? A horrible, painful Lufania Plus. And that's the reality check that the title was describing. Somegi, how did you do? You're the hipster. You're the one who probably beat it on your first
Huh?
try. So how'd it go?
Took me 5 or 6 tries.
God damn it,
Um,
fucking frog.
so yeah, like I said, I had not pulled Sid Reigns at the time. I ran UniBT, Aphmau, and Sync. It was honestly pretty smooth once I sort of got the hang for the timing and when to use the Sid Reigns friend. I actually enjoyed this fight, not because of the boss itself, just because learning how to play Aphmau and Sync together was pretty fun.
Yes, this was. I'll go over a little bit of the fight mechanics. We'll do the Lufania Plus here in a second, but it's a very punishing fight where if you have to let him move if you want to be able to delete or delay his turns. And his first move is a recast, which cleanses his debuffs and blows up your whole party with AoE HP damage. So you're going to want to use a call probably if you don't have someone who can mitigate that. Let him move, and then the standard strategy from that point is to delete, delay, destroy him. Because at 50%, he gets another recast up, which will remove all of those. The frog doesn't even have both fucking skills on Zidane. He only has.
It's truly incredible how awful this is.
I'm so angry, I can't even focus on what I'm trying to say. But anyway, he will cleanse those buffs if you let him move again, or debuffs if you let him move again. So this one, for me, I said it in my video today, I'm going to spam my own YouTube and chat because I'm the best and I have the best content. Follow me on YouTube. But this was, for me, the number one biggest difference of any fight in the history of the game between the character, the character you're supposed to bring. What is that called? Somebody help me.
Featured character.
Thank you. So, featured character. This was the single biggest difference between a featured character and not having a featured character in the party the whole time I played DFFOO. Zoe, we'll go to you. What do you think about that, and what did you run?
I would agree that this fight is pretty brutal if you're not bringing synergy of some form. Specifically, I think obviously Raines, but Aphmau and Sync also make a pretty big difference in Zidane too in terms of keeping the boss away or having the muscle to tick the orb in Sync's case, and Aphmau with the turn manipulation. I know she wasn't synergy in GL, but she was in JP and kind of was designed to be a big part of this fight, I would say. So the orb is, as you're telling me in chat, instead of on the call, because for some reason you're being an asocial loser, the orb is to get 250k damage in a chase sequence, which means that it doesn't count the person who attacked, it only counts the 2 people who do the HP attacks behind them and the wall bonus. So Sid Reigns is obviously very good at this and can kind of do it in his sleep because of his impact strike, which follows up on all his launches, but there's a few other characters who are either strong enough or can battery to hit the orb, which would be Lael, Sync. Zidane can kind of do it if you bring him with a good enough battery team, but he needs some support to do it. And I think those are the other big options. Tifa is another one. Tifa had some good success, especially for TCC challenge runners. So it's a pretty small number of characters who are good enough to hit this orb, and it was pretty tough. I ran Sync, Agrius, and Aphmau, which was very similar to SomeGirl's team, except I didn't have a BT, but Agrius had the Faded Molly debuff, which was super helpful for me, so she kind of made up for it with that. I think Yuna is probably a little bit of a stronger pick overall, but I made do with Agrius since I didn't have, like, a BT character I wanted to bring. And I also ran the fight with Paladin Cecil's BT, which was a good choice as well, so you can kind of fit a couple different supports and such around them, and that was like, I didn't really go for a no synergy run. I tried Sid Reigns with Lael and somebody else, I think. I forget who the third was, and Reigns absolutely blew up the fight. So if you have Reigns, just use Reigns on this fight. It's not worth trying to like tear your hair. Try to tear your hair out for probably the most restrictive fight we've had in a very long time. I can't remember a fight as restrictive as this one since I started playing the game. So, Bart, who'd you run?
So yeah, I definitely agree with the restrictiveness. And I basically saw this fight and said I don't have time to be messing around with this, so I pulled Sid Reigns and 50 tickets, paired him with Agrius, And then I did a couple runs, one with Y'shtola BT Plus, and one with Sync. Both were really pretty fun, pretty awesome. I like Sync a lot. She's pretty great. I definitely got my Totsukis in there, and that was a great time. And I'd say, like, thinking back, I think the Lightning LDBT event is probably, or I mean, we could point to the Sephiroth imps, but I think it's the same vein of that. Of the turn count is so tight that in addition to the mechanics, you also need to be bringing really up-to-date DPS on top of the mechanics, and it's a lot to juggle. Obviously it's doable, but I do find that, like, you need a specific subset of characters to make it work. You need a Lael BT, you need a Porum, you need a Y'shtola BT, you need a Sid Raines. Like, you're not, outside of things like people are using Sid Raines and Aphmau to carry any character through, and outside of like QV stuff like that, it's a pretty narrow band of characters that you need to be able to bring. Tifa again, Yoshi-Pasta.
Setzer is a big one, I'd say, for getting some non-synergy clears in. Setzer's a good choice.
Yeah, so we have there are plenty of options, but I think there's a smaller number than usual of characters that you actually need to bring alongside those options.
I think I had muted my mic. I'm sorry.
That's where you've been. So yeah, I personally I still think that I don't want to say it's the most restrictive, because I'm trying to be historical here. You look at the Lena EX fight. You look at, I mean, Vanilla Love's chapter is kind of a myth at this point, or not a myth, but it's kind of like a legendary fight at this point, just because of how old the game was at that point. But there's some, I think there are some other fights that give this one a run for their money, because I'm seeing a fairly diverse variety of teams, but the characters within those teams tend to be pretty homogeneous.
It's like
homogeneous.
You're kind of, if you're looking at the TCC challenge results, you're kind of picking from the pool of 7 or 8 characters and then just mixing them together, because there's really so many checklist things to hit mechanic-wise, and you're also dealing with a 21 million HP boss in, 65 turns, I think is the count? So
yeah,
the turn count is a big problem for a lot of teams that might work. Like, I've seen clears that pretty safely clear the fight and handle the orb, but they come in at, 80 turns or something like that, so they don't really work for the challenge runs and stuff like that.
And I want to shout out Reality Theorist in the chat for the follow. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. But I'm actually running the fight right now, and I know we have some big-time experts here. Samegi, Bl'Art, Zoe, much better at the game than I am. How do you Sid Raines Aphmau combo? There's a bunch of chatter in the community right now that it's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be. Scott Ong with DecidiaInfo.com did a 12-point PowerPoint presentation.
Dissertation on the pilot training.
With a lot of information if you need something from the very base to teach you everything about both characters. And then Tonberry Troop, TonberryTroop.com, did a more slimmed down version of one graphic. And I still don't understand it, guys. Can you help me? I do understand it. I already did this with this team. I just want to make that very clear so everybody knows that I'm so good at the game. But I don't understand it. How do I do this, guys? I can't let him take a turn. It's impossible. How do I do it without him taking a turn?
I'll be real. I skipped Aphmau specifically so I wouldn't have to learn. So you guys got this.
All right. So the first thing I would say with your setup here is already I think your setup could have been better. This is not intended as an insult or anything.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
Well, it was taken as an insult.
No, let me explain.
No. Let's get into it, Samegi. You want to... Okay.
Yes.
It
Okay.
wasn't intended as an insult. Well, guess what? It was taken as such. Please continue.
Fine. So the first thing is that Yuna is not going to take any turns, right? So right now you're going to burst with Yuna immediately. She's never moving again.
Right.
And because of that, it would have been more optimal to put the Kurasame call on Yuna, so she can carry the party enchant imperil and weakness damage for the entire fight.
So let's reset it. Let's reset it so that we can show the people what a small mistake. Oh wait, I retried the quest instead of restarting it. So
Well done.
okay, so Yuna should carry the imperil HP damage call because she won't get a turn again. So you guys have lots of options out there to learn how to use this combo, but we're going to show you step by step, guys, okay? Stick with us here. This is going to be...
Yeah.
You're going to learn.
And if you happen to not have Kurasame call, there's plenty of other really great aura calls she can carry. One popular option is actually Porum's call, because the base call gives a nice defense down. The LD call gives party brave gains up as long as you're at full HP, which you will be because the boss isn't going to move. But again, Yuna's just standing there the whole time. And the other two are going to take all the turns.
Well, I'll be real.
Teachable moment.
The one, yeah, that was a great teaching moment because I'll be real. The one that I did do here, I actually used this team once just to see if I could do it, and I did have the calls exactly as they are here. So Kurasame did not last. Thank you.
Yeah, you could still obviously win the fight, however you play it.
But this is better.
Yeah, but you can do more damage and have bigger numbers, which is what we're all here for. So.
Yes, let's see some big numbers. So you want to put a long-lasting call on Yuna because she's not going to move much. So we're going to take this
Kurasame.
So we put this Kurasame.
Yeah, Kurasame is a great choice. Maybe even like in a Roha call might be kind of a funny option, but you don't really need it.
I'm going to shell this, but Deuce actually gives 30% magic brave damage up, which does help Sid Rain. So
yeah, it helps Sid Rain quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a good aura call. I remember I used to run Deuce call with Emperor teams a lot because he could really appreciate like the overkill support aura numbers.
We got some arguments in chat. Why not Kais? Kai's call, he does inflict a brave leak, but as I recall, it's 5%. Is it not 5%?
It's 10% refund on launch damage, which is nice, but I don't.
It's not quite as good without brave gain up. I think in an Istola team that a Kais call is a very good option, but for Yuna specifically, without any brave gain up, it's okay at best. I would say there's other better options for a Yuna team.
Okay, so what would be the better options? We're doing a teaching moment here. Everybody, get your pad and paper out.
Kurasame, Ignis, Roha, Deuce.
No Ignis, no Roha.
Oh, are you talking about for another call just for the other debuff? I wouldn't go take anything.
They're saying.
I mean, I think your call setup is good now.
No, Gabranth is better for sure.
Boom.
HP damage up really stacks over a very long period of time. That I think the HP damage will be better than the battery you get from Kais.
Yeah,
right.
I like the brave refund just isn't gonna be that much against 90% reductions. Like again, like as Zoe was saying, if you have Ishtola BT plus or something, then there's sort of two things that make that really good. One is that like obviously brave gains that's increased, plus it will help satisfy the condition for Ishtola's BT plus, which is another nice thing.
Yeah, and so typically you're gonna want to. I don't like resetting, but the ideal situation is actually what we have here exactly. The BT Aura bot is going to want to go first so that she can move one time and never move again. I shouldn't have even cheered really because it's going to run off, but I guess it's fine.
Might as well.
We're going to set up all of her debuffs. The idea with the team is she won't move again the rest of the fight. So you throw in her debuffs.
You might as well AA in there too, right?
Go ahead and burst. I can do whatever we want, man. We AA. Cheer 6 times. I want to shout out Bard. Bard's favorite team is Syracuse, and Syracuse sucks, and Wake Forest beat the shit out of them this weekend, and we're undefeated, and Syracuse isn't, so fuck you, Bard. Not really. We love Bard. Check out Bard's videos. He did Ace of Spades for the Ace release. Motorhead. If you don't know what Motorhead is...
Oh my gosh, that's really funny. I told Bard I would watch it after we stream, but I'm very excited for that now. It's a good choice, Bard.
Yeah, it's really good. So we're gonna get ahead in the burst phase, and what do we do from there? I just don't know. Like, where do we take this? Anyone?
Well, let's see a burst phase first.
We probably want to open with the LD, but I don't know shit about Yuna BT because I didn't get it.
All I know about Yuna burst phase is that you end with the brave plus, so that she has brave when she does her little.
You kind of just spam energy ray, so you've. I guess with weakness damage here, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, nothing really matters, especially because the shield's up anyways, so you're not really going to do any damage.
And that's fine. One thing about this combo that we're running for this fight, the Sid Raines Aphmau combo, I don't play JP, so I don't know, but apparently it lasts well into the future. So this fight specifically is really tough. He starts with that shield, You can't really let him move at all. A lot of extracurriculars going on that makes this fight even harder. But learning how Sid Raines and Aphmau synergize and how to run them together to just completely destroy fights, that's going to stick with you for a long time. So check out this HP. Ooh.
This is incredible BT phase. Look at that
Yikes.
damage. So
Yikes.
good.
Hey, you tore through the whole shield though, which is pretty good. 'Cause, when he has the shield up, he has pretty significant HP damage resist.
It's 70%, I think, unless you're hitting
Yeah.
him in the air. So
For
that's
non-launch
actually
damage.
quite good.
You probably should have ended the BT phase with like a cheer or something to just battery for the finisher instead, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
I've
say that,
also
but it was
never
a little too
understood-
late.
Yeah, I've also never understood why people always say in with a Brave Plus. For me,
Because if you're actually doing damage, you do get a refund on it, which is better than cheer usually. But
if you
for,
cheer,
for
you're
this
gonna
case,
max-
it would have been.
you're gonna max your Brave out. You're gonna have a bunch of Brave to use. But anyway, we'll talk about the best BT final move for her phase later. What do we do with Sid Raines? Sid Raines and then Aphmau are gonna move, but then the boss is gonna get a turn, and we're gonna get totally blown up. How in the world can I keep it so that Sid Raines and Aphmau keep moving back to back? Is that possible? SomeGirl.
Right. So for now, I would probably just use an S1 with Reigns.
After calling, of course.
Yeah, I called
Yeah.
it Jack. So
I wouldn't use
so
like you could use the LD now, but you don't have to.
yeah. So you get your calls on, and you begin a reign of terror. Reign of terror.
Kill me.
This
With
guy.
Aphmau and what's up, Dane Jr.? You begin the reign of terror with Aphmau and Sid Raines. You got to get all your debuffs up because ideally he's not going to move again. But now it looks like Aphmau's about to go, and then Sid Raines won't be able to go again. So after we throw on, wait, do I need to do both? I might as well do both of Gabrants.
No reason not to. Just end with the LD call.
So Aphmau on her LD, she adds a buff to Sid Raines, which will give him a free turn after every one of her turns. Correct?
That is correct.
So we hit that, and you put it on Sid Raines.
Click Yuna.
Yeah, put it on you.
Don't click Yuna. Did I click Yuna? Oh my god.
You didn't. You're okay. I was just memeing. Also, one thing I did want to say is that you don't have to do the part where you never give the boss a turn. If you bring something like a Warrior of Light or a 9 call or a Rosa call, as some people are doing with re-raise, you can
Oh god.
let the boss take away its recast, and then you can go to town on him, which also gives him delays. So Zidane teams, for example, kind of want to let the boss unframe his turn so they can start deleting before he reframes it again at 50%.
Yeah, on my Zidane Clear, which is up on my YouTube. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's in the chat. Go ahead and click that thing and ring that subscribe bell. I used Warrior of Light Call to survive the first turn, let him hit, and cleanse, but we don't get any debuffs by then. And then after that, didn't let him move again, threw on all the debuffs. So anyway, continuing the tutorial, we're going to want to LD here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do want to interject and say that the Rosa call is actually surprisingly decent because it skips the. He puts some nasty frame, turn rate, and speed down debuffs on you normally when he does the recast. And if you Rosa re-raise, you actually just don't have the debuffs don't stick. So it's a funny way to avoid those.
Yeah, it's actually a good application for the base call, which is free to everybody, by the way.
Let me point something out to chat here. So if you're doing it right, that because we brought Pandemonium Call or Pandemonium Summon, that single launch phase did 1,618,000 damage. Let me repeat that: 1,618,000 damage. So now it's Aphmau's turn, but Yuna's after her. We don't want that to happen, so we can HP attack plus 9 Minjang
You want to use Ojong here for sure.
or Avjong. Minjang or Avjong.
Yes. Yeah, so
Oh,
Ojong's the one that has the
alrighty.
offensive bus attached to it. It's got the attack and brave and speed, I
So-
believe.
So we're gonna
That's
use
the buff that actually matters.
Could we just
Avjong
spend the next?
instead of
I'd like to spend the next like maybe 5 to 10 minutes just letting Raw work on the pronunciation for these two?
I'm
Because
pretty sure. No, I'm
this
pretty
is
sure it's.
We'll get
peak
it
content.
eventually.
No,
You can do
it's
it.
no. I'm fairly certain. I'm a well-read scholar. I would say nine, Ninjang, Nimejang, and Ovjang, and I'll use Ovjang. It's Nimejang. Is that how you say it? Nimejang? I don't think any of you know how to
Close
say it
enough.
either.
Close enough.
All right, so now you get back to another free Sid Raines turn. I don't want to use this LD because he only has 3, and he's got free skill uses. He's not. Spoiler alert: he's not going to use all these uses. But
Not even close.
I could do either one of his skills because Aphmau is next. Correct?
So
Yeah.
I would say that just something to keep in mind is he does have a buff tied to his skill 1. So on the free turns, when Aphmau is already behind him and he doesn't have to pull her up, it's good to press the S1, I think, just because that way you won't forget about losing any of his buffs.
Yeah,
I
Shadowheart
definitely
made
let
a.
that happen.
Yeah, me too. Shadowheart made a good point. Sounds like Blart did the same thing. In my Zidane run for my Zidane saga, I accidentally let that fall off, and so in his launches, Sid Raines wasn't doing his cool kicky thing. That's not good.
Something I kind of appreciate about his kit is he feels almost like he has so many good buttons to press, and they're also satisfying. That his skill 1 is probably the least satisfying in terms of the effect, but it's also the most fundamentally important. And so having to keep in mind that like maintenance thing makes it feel like it's not just the same. You look at like a Vaughn, for instance, and there's a bit of a mindlessness that gets into it. With Raines, there's a bit more of a buff upkeep and kind of what button am I supposed to be pressing here that I appreciate.
Aurelius Marcus is in the chat. We appreciate you hanging out live with us. Good to see you, friend. So now we're going to continue this lesson. We've already used Ovjang. Is it now time to use Ninjang?
You don't have to.
You don't have to because it's only a defensive buff. It's the fine-tuning buff, I think is what it's called. And that's kind of the one that people drop if they're using Aphmau with a character who has 3 framed buffs. But it really doesn't matter for Sid Raines because he does not have frame buff problems. So
Right. And as you see here, you're going to want to check as you play this combo into the future. This is the buff right here. Tactical switch. If that falls off, he's not going to get his free turn after Aphmau moves. So make sure that stays on, and once it's about to fall off, or once it does fall off, I believe, depending on the situation, you're going to want to throw it back on so that he gets these turns like this. His overhead is at 3.
which is tied to his EX, which you
Which is
currently
weird.
have active. So we can get a nice little reset. And his EX is a triple dump, I believe. So you do kind of want to press it on cooldown, pretty much.
Yeah, there's a trouble dump and a delay, and a dispel, and a cleanse.
Quite loaded. The delay doesn't really matter for this team, but
Yeah, in this
normal teams,
particular instance.
quite well.
I think the devs heard everyone shitting on the EX button and saying, "Oh, the EXs suck. Don't ever use EX on anybody. They are. It's terrible." And they said, "You know
I
what?
mean, like, most of the
Uh-oh.
characters who have released this year have come with pretty solid EXs. I think Mog is kind of the
Except for Mog.
exception. Fucking
Mog.
got 15 brave hits with a single dump. That's an absolute tragedy right there. But I think with the newer characters, they started tuning the EXs to be more in line with like general LD power levels. And older characters who get LDs, their EXs sometimes are on the more disappointing side. Like Ace coming up, his EX is pretty trash right now, unfortunately. It does give you the colors though, so the colors are pretty.
So, Aphmau still has
Yes.
3 LD uses. Tactical
Correct.
switch is at 1. So the
Yes.
next, we need to use an instant turn rate skill so Raines can go again.
No, you don't.
However, HP attack and brave attack have degraded. But we don't need to use instant turn rate because Sid Raines can pull her back.
That is true.
So we're going
That
to
is
EX
how it
here.
works.
Right? I'm asking a question. I'm not,
EX is pretty
Yes. EX
Go for it.
sounds great.
I'm kind of glad I skipped this tomfoolery because Aphmau is a goofball to play. It feels like.
It's just
I think people have like just kind of not learned the character or were expecting. I will say her LD is kind of awkwardly just like thrown into her kit, so it makes her a little. She's just like
She's-
slow as well as she used to. Because like I actually use Aphmau as an EX plus character in some Lufenias with like even before Core came out, like she was obviously really fun with Core, but like I just use her for debuff evasion sometimes, and her kit kind of flowed really nicely with the original EX Plus, and the LD sort of ruins that, but I think it's worth it to make her this powerful of a turn manipulator. So
Yeah.
there's our first boss threshold. He got a ton of Brave, but we're going to eat through that pretty quickly again.
So at 69%, he gets a big old Brave gain. Sid Raines has lost his buff from Aphmau, so at 66% on turn 4, we're going to reapply it. So this is just an example of how strong this this combo could be, and it's really not that tough. It's kind of a meme right now in the community that trying to learn Sid Raines Aphmau. About half the people think that it's unbelievably easy and no one should really need help with it, and then about half the people, honestly, I was one of them, is like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know all these damn buffs, all these damn shit. I don't know. What it really comes down to is not letting anyone else move but Aphmau and Sid Raines. Between Aphmau pulling her back using his LD or S2 and Aphmau keeping her LD buff on him, that's about all it comes down to. And on her turns, if he's not next, using an instant turn skill so that he'll go next and then she'll go again. It's that simple, but sometimes.
I want to shout out Xcal in chat, who has a tip for a Setzer call ability, which can prevent Brave gains, which is very true. Arciela LD call can also do that. I think Arnea is a very good choice for this fight because she gives you both a critical damage boost and she guarantees critical damage during the Brave games. So I've seen like the runs haven't been like super creative, but there's been a lot of calls that single target bosses let you power through, and bosses that turn, compared to like the typical, if you're missing some of Jack and Kurosame and stuff like that. There's a lot of very good backup options for this fight.
And Bard made a good point. You also have to keep up Sid Raines' skill 1 buff, which I think may be about to fall off. If you don't let
he got a couple turns.
I think it's like an 8-turn buff. He's probably fine.
But if you do let it fall off, it's this one right here, Cavalry Commander, right?
Correct.
So if that falls off, his launches no longer are sensational. So it's a good point, Bard. Thank you.
He only downgrades to a very good character instead of the best character in the game currently.
So I want to get a poll up to which of the two robots is more fun for raw life to pronounce, because I'm leaning towards
All right, I'll get this rolling.
the second one, but I'm kind of
I don't know why I don't know why either is fun. I would say
I really like hearing things pronounced correctly, raw.
Right.
And so
okay, that's what I'm saying.
Really
if it's fun, I don't know what's fun about correctly pronouncing words, but I would bet money that I'm pronouncing both of them.
You're definitely pronouncing them both perfectly, and the diction is flawless, and that's the thing. I'm delighting in that diction. I want to know which one the people are preferring in terms of how well you're enunciating these robots.
Can you say both of them once more for the people to cast their votes?
Sure. I mean, I don't know them, so I'll have to wait until her turn comes back up. But I'll say them again. 1,000,000.4. Just casual. I mean, we're just out here absolutely destroying Lifania Plus, and that's what the devs gave you, and you have to use it. Okay. So here it is.
Here we go.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The quick brown. HP attack double plus. Ninjang. HP attack double plus. Hovjank. Those are the two upgraded.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. It's extremely good.
Thank you.
And thank
Did
you.
Did someone redeem the talk in an accent on stream thing? Is that what that was?
What are you talking about?
Sounded
That's
like
not an accent. That's
for
how
a
you say
second.
it. Listen,
No,
we're losing focus. We're losing focus. You guys, I don't know how to Sid Raines Aphmau. I have to have so much help. What do I do next? I'm so
The robots are a
confused.
key part of it, aren't they?
Okay, that's true. So getting back into it, tactical switch is at 2, so it's in no danger of falling off. Aphmau is up, so we're going to instant turn with Hovjank. and that's Offshank, the little red one, the red hat. And Sid Raines gets extra turn. You see how easy this is, guys?
So, Mark has a very important question for you, Raw. Do you have spheres on your characters, and how important are they to your run?
Mark from the TCC, actually, today, I think it was today, I saw it today, he made a fantastic video, an overall sphere, a sphere review for all the questions that you have. I know Tom Berry Troop kind of stopped doing the spheres recommendation, and everyone's in an uproar. They're in a panic. What do I do? What spheres do I use? What spheres do I put on Sid Raines? What spheres should I have? Mark from the TCC, we put the Discord there in the chat. Mark had a great video today explaining that. Calm down. Everything's going to be okay. He'll guide you through this sphere, these pitfalls that are coming up. As far as spheres go, I just put on whatever I have. I don't really care. If spheres are going to make or break your run, you're doing something else wrong. And that's a controversial opinion, but I'll go a step further because I don't give a damn. Artifacts don't matter that much. I'm saying it. If artifacts come between you winning or losing a run, I'm not talking about 0 artifacts whatsoever, but if best in slot artifacts, if you have like 2 out of 6 best in slots and you're blaming your loss on that, I got bad news, player. Something else has been involved in that run that you could have optimized. I'm just saying. But what do we do now? Sid Raines.
Press a button.
Any button will really work because he's.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, we haven't even used our LDs. Let's use some LDs. Let's have some fun.
Well, no, you want to refresh the cavalry commander. Make sure it doesn't fall off.
I only have 2 on it now.
Yeah, better safe because you can't. There will come a time where you can't press it, so you want to press it while you can press Crewing a Storm.
Yeah, and like if you're like trying to optimize for low turn count and stuff, there's some other tips and tricks. So you want to use Raines HP plus. Or wait, no, that actually does not have a free turn, right? That's only instant turn rate. It's not a free
instant,
turn.
But not free turn.
So you do not. If you're trying to
delays,
optimize
right?
for low turns, you don't want to use that. But just for like for regular play, if you're using Aphrains, you can use his HP plus when he's run out of his tactical switch buff and you're pulling Aphmau back in, so that's always a good time to use it. What else? You can't use calls while he's like warped in, or I think it eats your.
Oh, okay. Actually, I have something to say. Can I interrupt
we're-
before Raw Life presses a button?
Yeah, we're in a bad we're in a bad spot, you guys. If you're at this point where your buff has fallen off to your puppet names have disappeared, SomeGirl, go ahead.
So one thing I would say is Aphmau right now, she has her base buffs. They don't really do a ton, but they help. But they're about to fall off.
Right.
So if you use her AA, they will be extended quite substantially.
Oh, the AA puppeteer buff longer.
How much do those add to her buffs?
Let's check
plus
some
3, I believe.
Extends
Yes.
extends
You really don't have to do it every
tactics
time. You can
Offshank's
say extend
tactics
the buffs
duration
by
3
3
turns. So we're gonna crash that real quick.
I do want to echo
Yeah.
something I already put in the chat. The reason I'm bringing up the puppet names so much in Raw Life's pronunciation is not a dig at Raw; it's a dig at Squex for making such incredibly good puppet names.
I think
With
I'm
a clear pronunciation.
doing fine. I think that,
Yeah, no, what you're doing great given what you're working with. That's what I'm saying here.
If anyone else wants to step up, well, first off, I'll give Zoe a chance to shine because it's all about Zoe. She's the fan favorite. Zoe, do you know how to pronounce the boss's name? Because it's so insane. What is this boss's name? I'll pull it up for
We're
you.
really just going full force into pronunciation today, are
Yeah,
we?
Poor Mino. Poor Mino. He's missing the
He's
pronunciation.
crying somewhere, or like a vein is popping, and he doesn't know why. It's a grosse Pflanze, or Pflanz, which translates to big plant from German. So it's pretty
Fantastic.
simple, honestly. Not very creative. So I like to call it. It's like zombie Tropius or something, or like Final Fantasy Tropius if you've played the Hoenn Pokemon game. So just a little big planty guy. I think it's kind of a cool boss design, honestly. I like it.
I do too. I know it's like a. I asked on stream the night it first dropped, but it's a Sanctuary Keeper reskin, right? It's a. Excuse me. It's a Sanctuary Keeper, but
I guess
like
so, yeah, those
skinned
guys
better.
have been showing up quite a bit with the Unilufenia in Tier 4, and now this. They're getting their money's worth from the Sanctuary Keeper.
Yeah, I think it's based on like the Hellworm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cross is saying it's a worm reskin.
Yeah, Sanctuary Keeper is a reskin of that. So anyway, we've basically ran into the ground, but this is how you do it. You just keep going back and forth. Make sure that every time Raines moves, tactical switches on him, and he will bring Aphmau back in front of him. And we got a free skill here, but I don't think I really need to use it to upkeep any of his buffs. I don't, so I'm going to use
You need
EX.
Well, you need to bring Aphmau back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Aphmau is not next, so we have to cavalry rush. Move selected ally's turn to follow. Good point. Honestly, Somegi, I was about to fuck that whole shit up right there.
I mean, if you did mess up, you could just summon and then.
Summon is like a very good panic button if you mess up your chain, so it's always good to save that, because like the team DPS of Aphmau and Raines is so powerful that you don't really need your summon phase for damage reasons, so...
Right. And I already mentioned it once, but I think it's worth restating. This combo, Aphmau and Raines, it's not going anywhere. This fight is actually more difficult to utilize it because of the way this boss starts with his recast up. He starts unable to be delayed, unable to be deleted. This fight's actually tough. I don't play JP, so I won't act like a trusted JP source, but this is a hard fight to get the combo working. I think in the future you're going to see a lot of people using this exact combo, but with Bart's in the middle, to great effect, because not every fight is like this.
Yeah, you're gonna see it with Bart's. You can also sometimes, if people want just like a more chill experience, some like, because that team is like known for being able to race orbs and stuff like that. So Bart's obviously makes things super easy because he's batteries all the time. Although I think, like Mark is saying, people might have been more struggling with the turn manipulation of the combo. But you can also run it with like an orb character, for example. So it doesn't have to be Bart's, because if you load up with debuff calls and never give them a turn, as long as they're providing something, it's really not too bad. So it doesn't have to be Bart's if you're like not a Bart's fan for whatever reason. It's just he's kind of the path of least resistance for a lot of these fights.
Bart's and Ace are going to come before our next stream. I believe they are coming tomorrow night. Is that correct?
Yeah, tomorrow is the Transcendence 5 release, and I am very excited because it's finally my turn to get a character to be hyped about for the cycles.
Well, let's. You guys can keep watching in the stream. We're just going to keep going. Basically, make sure Sid Raines and Aphmau go back to back and just destroy this guy. But let's talk about the future. We got a big event drop tomorrow. Transcendence, Ace with the new BT, and Bart's with the returning BT. Zoe, I know you are the big Type 0 fan, so let's hear it. What are your plans, and how excited are you?
As Shadowheart said, Kamari, my favorite character, comes out tomorrow, so gonna be pitying his LD. Hopefully I'll get Ace on the way, otherwise it's no big deal. But no, seriously, Ace looks incredibly fun, and I'm a big Type 0 fan, to the surprise of nobody. And I'm going to be super happy for my first green, so there's not too much to say about... I kind of want to play with Ace before I like really get into him, but I did make a cute little graphic I'm probably going to be posting to Reddit tonight or tomorrow, so it just kind of explains how his traps work. And I think he's like not a very complicated character, but he kind of sounds complicated on paper, which is why he didn't get a ton of hype on his JP release for the English-speaking JP players, because he's really very powerful, and he has a trap that ticks on all actions. It doesn't need enemy turns to go off, so you just kind of plop it down, and then you can either trigger it by letting the boss have a turn, or by using another one of his skills, and for 6 turns, it will trigger on every action, do a pretty solid damage with battery and some splash. So that triggers on both enemies in a multi-target fight. So you're seeing a surprising. Okay, Bl'Artagnan, Raw, you better make sure your back is nice and straight.
No,
okay.
I was curling. Sorry.
Good.
Continue.
Good.
Oh, I was
Get some
slouching. That one was
hydration
great.
too. I like subconsciously like straighten my back even though nobody can see me, so I felt very attacked, Blurt. But Ace is super good. He's super fun, I think, or he will be super fun. But Bart's is probably the most powerful character to release in the Lufenia Plus era. I don't know if I can say that, but like in terms of relative to content, I think Bart's might be the most important character. So it's a tough choice for a lot of people, especially this first month when all 4 characters are quite good. I'm going to be going for Ace only. I know some people are going for every possible combination of these 2 characters these 4 characters based on favorites and who they like team-wise. So it's going to be cool to see how many people are going to be greening Ace, because I know that Bart's obviously will have his fans and the Aphmau Sid Raines people who need a extra battery. So it'll be interesting to see. And Tier 5, while it's not like the hardest event, I'd say, there are some like the orb requirements might catch some people off guard, and the middle gate does have some mechanics you need to respect. So we can probably talk more about like the actual fight itself when it releases, right? We don't have to do that tonight.
Yeah. And Blart, I think you were gonna say, why did you do the posture check? Was it for me?
Oh, I was gonna say I did that for me. I noticed I was slouching, and I was like, oh, I need to. And then I looked over. I was like, oh yeah, no, Raw needs to straighten up too. And I can only assume Zoe is also slouching pretty badly.
I am like melted into my chair right now.
I can hear SomeGirl's voice, and she's definitely slouched over. So everyone with the posture check. Blart, what about you? Are you first off, are you gonna pull? Do you have Bart's already, and who are you gonna green? Because everyone's gonna green one of the 2, either the new BT or the returning BT every cycle, right? That's the move. Is that the move?
I don't think you're actually able to afford to do that. If I know the research, I think it's
not
like
quite. It's a little bit. It's a little bit
greens
slower than that because Vincent and a returning BT are going to release tonight, and with Vincent, we are going to have 14 out of 40 able to be greened by a free-to-play player. So it's clocking in pretty under the 50% mark. So you do have to pick and choose a little bit more, but I'd say this first month, all the characters are powerful enough that it's a good idea to green 2 out of 4. And like I always say, the value of early greens while the content is harder is pretty much higher than the value of greens who are like more powerful on paper and with power creep, but the content around them doesn't require them nearly as much as the characters right now. And GRW, it's pretty heavily hinted to be Vincent. I'm like 98% sure on that, but we're gonna find out in like 20 minutes anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
Wait! I thought you meant LD for Vincent and JP because I know they have.
No, I'm pretty sure he's the BT character for Tier 9 for Transcendence.
Let's go! Spoiler alerts: if you don't follow JP or you don't want to know what's coming on, just mute us for about 5 seconds. But holy shit,
kind of ruined it already. That's my
shit.
fault.
I love Vincent. That's
awesome. Hyper Vincent. I agree with Mark in that if you can get away with saving some powerful characters on Tier 5, it's a tier that doesn't require the most powerful of the meta. It's more about countering the mechanics. The Reckoning is pretty tanky. It does hit those 90-90 thresholds like Guy LC, although not quite as big of a defense spike. And the orbs on the side crucibles are pretty specific. So I guess we are getting into it. There's the wind damage and elemental weakness orb on the right side, which was kind of doomed by players as, oh, you need Bart's for this, but you don't need Bart's. You need a Bart's base call, which everyone can have, as well as Vaughn can hit the orb too. So it's really not that bad, especially with our current level of power creep, to race these orbs even with just the calls to check them. So Black Nero has done a very good job of making sure that literally everybody in the TCC verse knows that you don't need Bart's in the main party. People have also cleared it with bronze Bart's, so you don't even need a built Bart's if you don't want to use the call route. So there's tons of options. Well, there's not tons of options, but there's very easy paths available to everybody without pulling, is how you would say it. It's kind of like a lot of these Lufania Plus fights, there's a mechanic you really need, but it's a mechanic that's free to everybody. So it's this weird, like, in between of restrictive and not really, because you don't need to pull for it, and you're gonna kill the boss in the summon. Very nice job, Raw. That's some excellent piloting, I would say myself.
Yes, that's how you Sid Raines Aphmau. Take note, save that clip because that is the best performance you'll ever see. Incredible work by myself, if I do say so myself. I do have an option here I want to run by all the hosts as well as the chat at the same time. I'm a diehard Vincent fan, as you may know from when Vincent LD dropped, and I fought for him to not be terrible, which I was right. But do we stream the Ope Ope? Is that a thing? Can you watch it live? Like,
It's not live.
oh, can you watch it when it goes
it's
up?
it's a YouTube video that releases. It's also all in Japanese, so
I know Japanese.
do we have a? Okay,
I
good.
mean,
No, you
can
don't.
see- yes, I do. Of course, I know Japanese. You think I'm a weeb and I don't know
Weeb?
Japanese?
Wait, hold on.
Ask me anything in Japanese.
That was some very dissonant logic there, but you can kind of skip through it, I guess. I mean,
You
just
guys want
kinda
to skip
see,
through
like-
it real quick at 10 p.m. before we head out? We can
sounds
skip
like a
through it.
plan to me.
Sure.
SomeGirl,
We can-
Blart?
I'm down to hype to lose my shit over some fun animations
Some
and
Vincent.
complain about how crazy Power Creep has gotten.
Where is Japan? Mark says. Little TCC,
The
little,
right
TC,
question.
little TCC humor for you guys. Join the Discord. We all hang out there. Good time. But yeah, that's how you Sid Raines Aphmau. I may do some co-ops now while we chat about Transcendence. SomeGirl.
Actually, I have something to say about Sid Raines and Aphmau. So I know, Raw Life, you are a big fan of discussing summon board passives.
Oh my god. Just go. Just say
So-
what you want to say.
okay.
I'm not going to get
Okay,
baited into
so-
this argument.
So, as you know,
God.
you're probably never going to use Aphmau without Sid Raines on the team, right?
I'm not going to respond. Just go. Just what is the point?
So, because of this, I think that you should change Aphmau's summon board passives
Oh my god.
to use Bahamut Chain HP damage up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, given that Aphmau already does 0 damage, it's not going to make a big difference either way.
I know that this is just.
This is just like
This
the
is just
Tom
what?
Berry trick.
Finish it. Finish it. This is just
Oh,
what?
I just
It's-
like messing
it's a
with
way
Raw
of-
Life.
It's a way of upsetting me viscerally on stream. Let me be very clear with you guys. Everyone who's watching, I'm going to look right into the camera when I say this. Summon board passives barely matter. Every time you build a character, go to tonberrytroop.com. Look at what they say is the best
Or-
one, and just do it. Just
Or
do
go
it.
to
Oh.
Tom Berry Troop, because they're kind of pushing the
No, okay.
switch your
I'm
Kurosame
not
call,
doing-
like get the cold damage up and get the chain HP up. So
Oh my god.
they're kind of on SomeGirl's side here. I think you
Yeah,
should check your information.
yeah,
Raw.
If,
Okay.
if y'all missed the stream where
Okay.
the Sid Raines release stream, it was me,
Okay.
Mino, and Raw Life.
I
And
didn't make the
Mino,
fun part, unfortunately.
yeah,
I
so
was
Mino
very
was
late.
building his Reigns.
I'm gonna punch my
and
screen. I'm gonna punch my screen.
We were doing summon boards, and we were taking some time to read all the passives to decide which one was best. Raw Life did not like that.
Listen, if you're building a character from scratch who you just got on a pull, or if they're a new character, then that's fine. If Tom Berry Troop says for Kurosame call use ice, whatever. If you've already done all the summon boards and you can even consider, I'm looking at the camera again, even consider going back and farming more points or using your farm points to change up the passives of the characters
Okay,
you already have.
Raw.
Don't speak to me. Don't speak to me
Consider
about the game.
this. Consider this.
Don't. I'm not gonna consider.
What if you changed your elemental passives every time you bring a different enchanter? Ignis,
Ooh.
get the fire brave damage up. Cryo, thunder, whole team.
All right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I can't be put in this situation. Opie in 13 minutes. Bl'Art, you've been kind of quiet. Tell me what you think about summon board passives. How important are they? In general, passives, artifacts. Why do people care so much? Why do people care so much? Doesn't matter, and is it going to save your run? I've got to go get another beer before this Ope, because apparently Vincent's about to be announced. Bl'Art, what do you think?
Oh, shit. I was gonna get all like, I was gonna be all sarcastic and stuff and say, "Oh, it matters a whole lot" and stuff. And then you said you had to go, and now I'm like, "Well, he's not coming. I can't get a rise out of
Totally
him.
ruined the
It's
bit.
Oh,
Come on,
it's
Raw.
no fun without
gonna be
Raw
someone
here.
else." So,
You didn't drink so much beer. This wouldn't happen. He's
look,
flipping us off.
oh my god, this is a family-friendly show. We only swear a little bit, a lot. We swear a lot. I feel like there's a lot of swearing on this
Oh, I have
show.
a sailor mouth, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness, hide your kids. Just put your kids to bed. It's too late for your kids anyway. Um, yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, like, I think this. Here's the thing: the fun part about this game, well, beside the pulling, is the choices. And honestly, the choices, pulling is a choice too. So the fun part about this game is making choices. It's decision points. It's having to choose: do I pull for this character or this character? Do I use gems or tickets? Do I press skill 1 or skill 2? Do I put this sphere in or this sphere? Do I use this art? Like, that's the thing. Is like a lot of the fun of this game is the choices, and that's why people care so much about spheres and artifacts and let's say the summon passive is because they all represent choices, and you know that one choice is going to be better than another, and you want to make the best choice because this game is also a resource management game, and so that's why people put so much stock in it. Is it scratches that choice itch of like, oh, character customization. Ooh, I get to make a decision about how this character is built. That counts for a lot, and shit, we just got to follow. And I was looking at my mic and not at the
It's
screen.
actually a subscription. Thank you,
Holy
Aurelius.
shit,
Welcome
Aurelius
to the
Marcus.
crew.
Thank you for the subscription. I can only assume that we're cool. Aurelius and I, we had a bit of a heated rivalry owing to some untoward comments I made regarding
Some
Sandor.
after years discourse, unfortunately.
I may have been hasty in my condemning our boy, and hopefully my recently posted sync run made up for that. It's been a whole thing. So Aurelius, welcome to the crew. It's great to have you here. Appreciate the subscription. But yeah, I think overall, I don't think that spheres, artifacts, and summon passes matter in the grand scheme of making your run perfect, so long as you have them. That's a big difference. Not having versus having does have an impact, but best in slot versus just having them, not as huge an impact. I think it makes an impact psychologically in terms of feeling like you're getting your enjoyment out of the game. Like, for instance, I put full spears on, like proper non-refined spears on Bart's or Exdeath or Gilgamesh because I like them and I want them to feel good. Whereas like a character I don't care about, I almost said Serador, and I'm going to pump the brakes there.
Freudian
Sorry,
slip. What about Sid Raines? Do you care about Sid Raines, Blurt?
Well, I put refined spheres on him, so that's there you go. But that's the thing. It's a form of expression. It's a form of personal expression, and that's why people care so much. Because in this game, a lot of the stuff you do comes down to there's a good choice and a bad choice. You either make the right play or build the right team, and you clear the stage, or you don't. With the sphere thing, you get to make that choice once. With the summon board passive, you can refarm it, but you have to make that choice kind of once. And with the artifacts, you can make that choice as many times as you want. But at the end of the day, you can only bring one set of artifacts into the run. And so I get why people care so much about it. It's obviously overblown, and I do think that having resources like Tomb Bay Troop available to people has kind of spoiled them for thinking like, oh, well, here's the best one. It's on the internet. It has to be true. I'm not going to think critically about this. I'm just going to use it kind of blindly. And then once it stops being available, I'm going to start like flaming ink or whatever. And
that's a direct attack on me. First off, I don't want to think critically. Why should I think critically when someone smarter than me has already thought critically?
I mean,
It's fun.
Critical hits are a good thing. Critical hits are where the damage comes from, my dude. Battle Crusher's broken.
True. I used RNA call in the Rage Gator fight, but
thank God. I was worried that deflection wasn't going to work.
It worked. Good job. I calmed down. Honestly, I took a step away and I calmed down. I thought about, is it really that important? Should I be so upset at my friends?
Quick, someone ask him about Amaranth.
Do not.
No.
I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it on stream. Okay, calm down again. GRW18 in chat said, are we watching OP on stream? Yeah, we are going to, for the first time ever on the live stream, we are going to figure out, we're going to watch, I'll translate live. Excuse me. I know Japanese, so I will translate what's happening. But it looks like we're only 7 minutes away. I can't do co-ops because I'm out of bells, so you guys can watch me artifact farm.
You should guess with the randoms. We get to watch to see what calls they run.
Oh, she guessed with the randoms. Okay, let's see what they run because I guarantee you we'll see at least one Jack call with everyone in the party hitting Brave Cap. We will see at least one Jack call. Let's see. I'll use Sid Raines.
You know what I've been seeing a lot of? I've been seeing a lot of Kais calls in co-op.
Ooh, that's a
Which I
long
don't-
animation too.
Which I don't think makes any difference whatsoever, because Sid Raines LD batteries the party on launch.
No, I don't think that at any point in the chaos, almost any call is going to be better or make it last less time than just using an attack, especially if you have 3 Sid Raines like we do. Look, he's got a Kai's
Honestly,
call.
triple
He's got a Kai's
Raines.
call.
He's gonna use it,
There it
and
is.
they've also been using AA with Sid Raines.
You know what? I believe in this guy. I don't think he's
If
gonna
this guy
Kai's call. I
uses
think that's just a
Kai's call-
leftover.
All right, let's bet. Let's get a bet going. If this guy uses Saya, whatever.
Put the poll in the chat.
Put the poll in chat.
do we
Quick.
Okay,
before
I
he
got
does
it. I got
Can we do
you.
a points wager? Is that a thing we can do?
He's going to.
We
to Kai's
can.
call. I promise you. You guys are over.
Let's let people bet.
You're
Place your
over.
bets.
You're voting, or you're trusting these people too much. This guy will 100% use that Kai's call.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a prediction. I got this.
Okay, you're doing it. Okay, I was doing it
Yes.
too.
No, you can wager channel points.
Oh, he's gonna do it now. He's gonna do it now.
No, do it before we get into it.
He's gonna do it. If they both do calls, that's here he comes. First call coming.
No, it's not. No, it's player one.
Excalibur thinks that they won't call. Why do they even have that call attached if they're not going to use it? He's going to use it. Or maybe he was using it in Lithuania. Zoe, you sound quiet. Get your mic up. Can I hear you?
Is it better?
Nobody said no.
Everybody said yes.
There's a lot of one person spent
Here it
10
comes.
points on no.
Here it comes.
Literally.
Here it comes.
It's literally me and
Oh,
Excalibur.
he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Yes.
Yes. Good job, kid.
We are all wrecked.
Oh man, everyone really thought he was gonna do it. Excalibur must not have voted, but Excalibur said, "I have faith he won't." Good for him.
Hey,
man.
it was 2 of us. It was me and Excal.
Okay, good for him. I will say the fight's not over. So
Good
hold
for
on.
me.
Wait a second. It's my turn. What should I?
Give the turn to player one.
Do it.
No, don't give him a second chance. I already won.
Oh god. You did
Oh
it.
no, I did it. Okay, I'm gonna give the turn to player one because I want to see if he does it on his turn.
Please
What are
don't.
you doing?
Now that I've done that, let's see.
Are you
Player
intentionally blaming this person
Come on, dude. Do it.
for
do
not
it.
using Kai's
We
call?
need the Kai's call. We need the Kai's call. Come on. Oh, the boss is gonna die on this turn. Damn it.
Maybe
I don't
Brave
think the
plus
boss-
this?
I think the boss will survive.
I don't know. I think it might die. No, it's gonna live.
2%. All right. Kai's call.
Please use the Kai's call to kill.
Kai's call.
Kai's call.
No. Good job. Hey. Good job.
Congratulations, Sia.
Congratulations. This
It's
guy.
an Top award, which
How do I close a prediction?
By the way, well, I used the Jack call in the co-op. So
I did. I used the Jack calls for the memes, but he probably saw that and was like, "What a fool." 4 minutes until Vincent BT Plus. Is that a thing?
that is a thing, or it should be a thing.
Congrats on your channel points, whoever the one person who picked no was in the.
Wait, so people can get channel points now with that?
Yeah, it's wagering.
It was,
Yeah, it's
it was,
a bet.
Oh, that's sick.
CSDX. It looks like he's got like a 2.
Oh my
in
god,
the
he got CSDX got 2.3k channel points with that bet. You guys realize I have to change my friend unit if they get too many points, so you
Right, I
can't-
have 17,000 points.
Oh my god, please don't use it.
12,000.
Alright, do one more. Let's see if before the Ope.
Clip.
Let's see if these guys wait, CSAM says chug. They didn't do a chug,
I don't
did they?
think you got your redeem
Nope.
yet. Let me check.
Oh, thank God. I
Let's see one
fixed
in the
it.
queue.
I fixed it so it's only once a stream, but I'm really hoping to get out of this.
You say you
stream.
fix it every time. I'm almost
did.
wondering if you
No,
actually
I really did.
fixed it.
I really did. There's only one potential. Let's change the subject so no one gets kind of froggy and does it. But let's see. I bet you the next person will do. They'll do a useless call. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
We
let's see
have to see
what
their
they got.
calls first. We have to judge them based on what's in the limit.
If one of these guys has Jack Call, I bet you that they activate it.
I'm feeling
No,
something
Kurasame
spicy
calls
in
when you're
there.
gonna see.
Oh yeah.
Like a sync call or something, or a Zidane call.
So what if they have a Tifa call? Because I feel like this is the first
It's
call
fine.
we've seen where Tifa call is kind of like you
It's
don't
okay.
need to use it on.
Well, if you have Sid Raines, maybe if you're using, well, actually Sync would be great too. Is there
It does more
anybody-
damage.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any excuse. We're also using the boosted characters room, so I bet you in non-boosted. Here we go. Kurasame. Oh, he's using it. All right, I'm not gonna start yet to give you a chance to do it. All right, get it up. Get it up.
Place your bets.
Will Aziz. I'm not gonna go yet. I'm gonna keep him going by doing this. There
All
we
right,
go.
I'm making a prediction.
Yes, prediction. Will Aziz use Kurasame? Actually, will either of them use their call? Because the other guy has a Kai's call.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna use it. All right. I'm gonna run out of time. I gotta ready up. All right,
Ready up.
Oh,
Okay.
he lost his guy. Perfect. Someone got lost. Okay, this guy has a Kai's call too. Here we go. Will either player use a call is active in the chat? Everyone get in there. I'm going to say yes. There's a 100% chance. Predict. It won't let me go.
Wow, someone went all in on no. Holy shit.
No, he will. They absolutely will. Streamers can't cast a prediction in their own channel. Oh, get shit on. Fuck you, Twitch. All right.
Well,
Integrity.
the thing is, a lot of the predictions for most streams are like, oh, will so and so be able to finish their speed run in under 5 minutes or whatever, and obviously the streamer can like throw it if they know the results.
Whatever.
I also
Oh, he
cannot
used
participate.
it! He used it! I knew he would use it!
Dang.
He did. I knew he would do it! He did it!
Right after.
Oh, man. Look, we're really going to hit the jackpot because I have a strong sneaking suspicion that the other guy will do it too. I bet we see the Kai's call too. Why not? Should I jack call to kind of goad him into doing it?
No, that's not goading. That's just being an asshole.
I think I'm gonna goad him doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Jesus.
Come on, Coco GL, with the call. Look, we're all using calls. You don't want to be left in the dirt. You don't want to be left in the dust, Coco. Come on, Coco. Here we go. All right, Coco. I'm giving you the next turn. You got to use your call. How else are we going to win this co-op if you don't use your call? Come on.
I hope they hero support you.
He's going to. Oh, he's not even playing. Here we go.
Come on. I wanna
Here
see
it
it.
comes. Here it comes. No! He let me down.
I guess this
Damn.
lady wouldn't have. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was only at 18%. I have a feeling that if
Yeah, the boss is dead.
yeah, if he would have got a turn earlier, I think he would have done it. But point being, everyone who believes in randos, you're wrong. They're always going to do the worst thing possible, no matter what. They're always
The
gonna
science
do
is
the worst.
irrefutable.
Yeah, it's irrefutable. But breaking news, it is Ope time. If anyone can post in the chat.
Zoe just got it.
All right, guys. I believe we're about to see a Vincent BT Plus announcement. Is that
Link is in the chat for anybody who wants to watch along.
all right?
Well, I guess we're just gonna watch on the
We're gonna
stream.
watch
So
on the stream. But
Yep.
don't spoil it. Anyone in chat, because we're gonna watch it live. We're gonna find out together that
We could put this on YouTube and be like, Lifestream reacts and all capital letters.
hashtag
Lifestream
instant
reacts.
reacts.
Yes.
Hashtag oh my god, it's Vincent. Hashtag
and we'll put a
tier 9.
yeah, and we'll put a face. We'll put a face reveal for everyone that has us holding our mouths, going, "Oh my god!" All right, so I've got to do a little bit of.
Oh no, it has the Kieran bears. That's not good.
Don't
here we go.
don't do this. Don't do this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna add source. Here we go. All right, there it is.
We should put a poll up to see if Raw can get the YouTube. Okay, he did it. Good job.
Too late. I'm too good.
Duh, bears.
Duh, Bears. All right, you guys ready? Let's get a Vincent BT. 54 minutes.
Also, somebody redeemed a chug of beer for you.
Oh, they
Yeah, it was
did.
just, Mouse. Yeah,
We played.
Mouse won big on the gambling on the call thing, and he put those points to work.
Damn, Leaf Blade, you really gonna do me like that, bro? 8,000? Luckily, I promise it is actually fixed this time. Are these the Ope girls? I've heard so much about them.
Production value on this is pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, really, I mean, better than well, we won't go there. Here we go.
We're not gonna-
PowerPoint presentation.
We're not going to be
here we go.
sitting through 54 minutes. You're gonna click
we're
through
have to
this, right?
fast
You're not
forward.
gonna.
I gotta chug
Okay.
this though. I gotta chug this though. All right, we're gonna chug this beer. They're going to see a Vincent BT plus.
Chug the beer and then start doing your translations for everybody.
Given Raw's accent history, I have misgivings about his translation history
Oh,
or capability.
that hurt really bad. That was a lot of pain. Okay, so we
Yeah,
got new hunts.
Raw, is there a way for you to put the get the Opie video audio into the stream?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Can you guys
Well,
hear
you
this?
currently have it muted, so you might want to click the unmute button.
Can you guys hear that? So is this Transcendence 9?
It does say stage 9 in the top right corner in big letters, so...
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Probably.
was translating live. So we got the Fang Sahagins.
Oh god.
We got the Sierran Bears. What's in the middle though?
Let's find out. Scroll
It's usually
through
a new
and see if
boss.
they Unfocus.
Ooh, nice! It's a reskin. It's a reskin of the Caius bosses, right?
I don't think I've ever seen those before.
Yeah,
Or,
they
like, I
look
don't
like
remember
the
them.
the Iron
is.
Giant guys.
Yeah, it's the Ice Giant guys reskinned. I'm sure.
Which is funny because I think we fought the Ice Giant, the Metal Giants themselves, or the Caius Giants in tier, I want to say 2.
Tier 2.
Oh, what do we get here? Hold on, I'll translate.
people- Oh, Sephiroth is the returning BT. That's very thematic.
Okay, Sephiroth. Hold on, I'm trying to. All right, yep.
Trying to translate.
It's all coming in. Live update.
Okay. All right, so
Okay, so that
Sephiroth
means,
Sephiroth's gonna be the returning BT.
Okay, so who's left there?
Oh, here we go!
Why do you keep muting it?
Yeah, leave the sound on.
Leave the sound on.
Vincent, he's coming.
Right before the arrow switch, so hopefully he gets a kit that holds up.
Well, he got through Lufania with a shitty Cosmos kit.
Mark, this is huge news for you. This means that X-Death is probably going to be in the new tier, so...
And Eldnarsh.
Eldnarsh,
If you need me, I'll be in my bunk.
Ultimecia.
Ultimecia, Lael, Paladin Cecil made it through the whole BT Plus era, so that's good for him.
I'm so into this.
And then I think that's it. There might be one more. There should be 6 left. Okay, Ulti, Eld, Lael, Cecil,
Okay, he does.
X-Death, and one more.
Okay, he does brave damage and HP damage. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Hold on. Stop laughing. I'm gonna try to confirm this. Hold on. Wait. Yes. Okay, that's confirmed. He will do brave and HP damage together. Confirmed. That's confirmed. Okay.
You idiot, I love this. Tell us more.
Okay,
We
I'm
need-
ready.
we need
I'm ready to announce another. His BT weapon is a gun. Yes. His BT weapon is a gun.
You got that just now.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, this is breaking news.
I'm not
Just
looking
conveyed
at
you-
the stream. I'm only listening.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's all auditory. Oh, okay. Oh, that's very
Yeah,
impressive.
this is all
Yeah.
audio.
Sitting on the
Radio.
fly.
It's a
Yeah.
radio show now.
Okay.
So we got more breaking news. His LD is a Satan Slam shot.
Translated
that one myself.
Oh, here we go. BT incoming. This is the BT.
Ooh, I kind of like that gloss. That's a cool revolver looking thing.
It will also do brave and HP damage. Yes, confirmed. Let's see. More talking. Ooh, hold on. Let me make sure. Okay, the costume's coming back. Yeah.
Costume, hold on.
Yep.
They're bringing a costume in here
Yep,
now.
the
That's pretty
costume's
great.
yeah, the costume's coming back. That's what they're talking about right now. The costume will be good on 15 o'clock, and it will end at 14:59 o'clock on the 29th. So
Thank you for the military time translation.
yeah, you're very welcome.
Also, I don't know if you know this, Rob, but it's also confirmed that Vincent will have Brave and he will have HP.
And the chat is also confirming something that I had not yet translated. It's Cerberus. His BT weapon is Cerberus.
Yeah.
Which I knew from the translation. Alright, so
So,
that's
what do we
cool.
think are the mechanics? Do you think he's gonna get like a follow-up or something? I could see that.
Hold on. Incoming transmission.
Oh, that paintbrush is really cute.
Realm is gonna get an LD. For sure.
What weapon type will it be, though?
It'll be unique, I think they said. I think she
Oh
gets
my
like
gosh,
skin
that's
too.
such a good brush. I love that.
I know.
Wait, is the brush? That's cool as hell. Is her brush?
Wait.
What is that?
Oh, it looks like it's like a unique style Halloween gloss. It's kind of like the Ultima weapons that
Yeah.
they can like just kind
Oh,
of float
so it-
behind them. I like that.
That is cool. So, can you change the gloss and then the that thing
The
appears
brush?
behind her no
Mhm.
matter what?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
And like for the Ultima weapon, like I think some of the characters look good with the unique one and some look really bad, but you can choose whether it appears or not. So
It's actually really sick.
that's cool.
Cool for her. All right, here we go. Stickers. Oh, it's her with.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh, she gets a sticker with Shadow's
there.
dog.
Okay. Are these the best stickers in the game? Those are so diverse and they have graphics
Oh my
and
God.
stuff. Those are so good.
I love these.
Is it too soon to start saving Dissidia points for those stickers?
Save for
No,
one
it's
sticker.
not too soon. That's awesome.
Oh, I love those so much.
Oh, the note, the canvas one is so good.
Those are really good. Intercepta. Oh, I paused it. I'm sorry, everybody.
This is very exciting.
So we've got a lot of good information coming through here.
Remember when Vincent Burst was the exciting part of this stream?
No, Realm stickers is the prize.
Yo,
As usual,
golden
she is the
check
prize of
bars.
the banner.
Ooh, we get an Edge LD. Edge LD.
Yeah.
Is that returning or no? I don't know, JP.
No, that's new.
That's awesome.
He's one of the last ones.
Uh-oh, hold on. Look what's about to come out. Look at this. Ooh. Yo, that's gnarly.
I like that a lot. That
Yo,
looks
I'm
really
buying
cool.
that. That's awesome.
It's actually the classic Edge look. I like that.
That is really sick.
That looks dope. Yeah, no, I'm
I
into
like
that.
that. It's like, yeah, it's very cool.
Opie Opie is
Don't really
awesome,
have, like-
dude.
Any attachment to Edge, but it's a cool skin.
Wait, the Opie Opie does co-ops too?
No, they play like old content. Like they're fighting. I think that's Transcendence 4.
Okay, that's weird. Why'd they do that?
They gotta show off Cisne.
Alright, is that it? Does anything else come?
No, that's it.
Looks like King
Something's
is our
happening.
campaign banner.
Something is happening on the screen. I don't know how to describe it. There's an event happening, and I know
Translate it.
Japanese, but I cannot. I don't know.
Translate that
What is
picture into
happening?
words.
Oh.
The fish from Invincible is holding a fork, apparently.
Oh, it's Kina.
Actually, I
Wait, are they announcing Kina right now? Hold on. Is that Quina?
actually jokes aside, could that be hinting at Una BT next month or the month after that?
No, she just got it.
Or
Unit
BT
got
Plus?
hers already with
Oh
Chris.
shit!
Yeah.
that's- I haven't been paying attention to JP, really, have I? Dang.
What is
There's
this?
not really a need to right now.
Oh, it's a Sahagin. Holy shit. I should have translated that earlier. Okay, yeah. That's...
Come on, Raw.
All you guys
slipping
are
up.
talking. You
People
guys are
really
talking in my
expect
ears.
the picture perfect translations.
When you're
the
talking in
kanji.
my ears, I can't really hear what the sweet ope ope. Oh, here we go.
Those are some very
This is
good.
so much better. This is so much better than ours. I hate to say it. Oh my god, this
Dude,
is awesome.
I like the one on the right with the pitchfork is looking awesome.
Why does it have horns?
Could we just like maybe ask Josh and Crystal if they could do Pictionary while they stream?
I think we
I
should.
think it's a fair request.
It's gotta help their numbers.
Because I'm loving this content.
I gotta say, they do kind of front load their content because it looks like it's over.
Yeah.
So you may have noticed one certain
That's it.
shooty boy who was not presented during the stream.
Yeah.
He will be there too. He's got an LD. King. I love him.
They
Wait,
don't
so
usually
King-
show the last LD, right? Like they
No, I
usually.
don't think so. I think they leave that one like hidden or whatever.
So King is coming also.
Yes, he is the very last LD.
He is the final character just in time to get executed before Lufenia plus plus.
Oh, poor King. He has he's had a hard time of it. When he first came out, he was the first character who could like just last forever, no matter what. He had unreal levels of what's the word where you can last forever?
They-
I mean,
well,
Longevity.
is King a character who was, like,
Longevity.
in the game immediately? Because he was like very early on in the story.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
that's the
in
thing.
like
They,
Act 1, Chapter 1.
they gave him tremendous longevity and figured now we don't have to touch him until Lufania plus plus plus.
Yep. And
They doomed him
they
to a
were right.
grave of skipping 2 whole eras.
Mark made a good point. He said, "Ope Ope is 100 times better than our monthly screen. This is the manic energy we need." If our stream was this lit, I would be much more excited about it every month. But it also sucks that we don't know, or we already know what's coming, and
Yeah.
they have no idea, like whatsoever.
That's why I'm telling Josh and Crystal they gotta start bringing Pictionary into the stream. That adds a sense of mystery and excitement.
Mm-hmm.
They should just they should shuffle the whole timeline. That would get people actually looking to see what happens for the streams.
Yeah, all right. So hear me out. Here's my proposal for shuffling the timeline. What if they just swapped November and December? Just like the whole months.
I'm with it.
That'd be
You know
pretty
they.
funny. We'd get who'd we get early? We'd get Jegrin, we'd get
I don't know.
Kaias.
Jeg-
I don't want Jegrin. Jegrin. What is that?
Someday
what is
people will
Jagran?
learn how to pronounce Jagron. It's pronounced Jagron.
Is it
He is-
Jagron?
Yes, it is
I've
voiced in the
literally
game.
never heard. I've heard everyone say Jegrin.
Isn't
is
that
Jagran?
isn't he like that famous basketball player though?
I
No,
love
it's not
basketball.
LeBron.
Oh, LeBron and Jagran. I had no idea.
Jagran.
I didn't even know where he was going with that.
He is High Commander Jagron of the Lilty Army.
Oh, we've got a
Jagron James.
The hipster among us actually
I kind of like,
knows about.
Because I
Jagran.
played the game. It's a good game. Okay, no, it's a shitty game, but it's a good character.
That lasted like 2 seconds. You couldn't even say that.
No,
Good
the game
game.
sucks. I'd like to be clear. As someone who has played the entirety of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bears, that game is terrible.
I kind of like a Jegrin Klopp for all my Liverpool fans out there.
Hey, I'm a diehard Liverpool fan. I have a Liverpool tattoo on me at the moment. That is Jurgen Klopp. So
I'm not, but my dad is, so I've picked up a couple things.
I think I gotta whisper this. Pretty sure your dad's also a Syracuse fan. What happened to them this weekend?
I was being nice to you. There was no need for violence.
Wait, I don't know which direction I'm trying to flex on you right now, but I can't. I don't know what direction my computer's looking at.
So
But
we
yeah.
got a Leaf Blade in the chat. The one other person on the planet who has played the Crystal Bears agrees with me that the game sucks.
Everyone knows the game sucks. The game, all of those games. We'll get into it a little bit. I know everybody's probably, we're about to wrap up the show, but I have to use my platform for good, and so I'm gonna say this: Jegrin,
Jagron.
Shelky,
Shelk,
Layla, Lloyd,
you're butchering the timeline and their names, so you're
Ursula.
like 0 for 2 right now.
Ursula. Who gives a shit? Who cares?
Me.
Why are we not getting Nanaki, and hold on, wait for it, Amarant. Explain to me how
You
in
need
the
to,
history
you
of
need to
Final
post this
Fantasy.
on Reddit so we can
No.
make fun of you.
No,
in
everyone on
official
Reddit
plays.
will downvote me. Explain to me how Layla, Lloyd, Jagron, and Ursula are more important in any timeline than Amarant, a main character game, a main character,
Wait, now you're saying he's the main character.
a main party. I'm sorry, a main party character from a mainline Final Fantasy.
Emerald looks
Why?
kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like his design.
You haven't played it.
I've
His
seen
face
him.
looks like a
He's not
reverse
ugly.
Medusa head.
When are we getting Enkidu though?
Who the fuck is Enkidu?
Oh, you know what?
Who is Enkidu?
You maybe if you played Final Fantasy V and stopped mucking around with those bad Final Fantasy
I'm
games
working
that
on
you've been
it.
playing through,
Oh, I
skip
could.
your way to the good ones.
I
Have you beaten 3 yet? Are you still
I
playing
did.
through 3?
I just
I
beat
think we should
one.
get I think we should get Kotor and Orisha and Sid Alstein and
Those
who
are
else?
all made up names. You're just angling.
Kotor. Is that Cater?
No, it's the White Tiger Lassie they fight in the first half of the game.
Oh my god. We've already got.
Look.
I will admit,
If we got a Type
Scythe.
0 out character after Scythe and the whole class completed, we would literally get meltdowns from the player base.
I'm excited for Scythe. I really am. I love Scythe, but Jagrin.
But
Lloyd?
he's the main villain of the game he's from.
Of what
I
game?
don't
Of what
understand
game?
why.
They've
Of
also
what game?
made Crystal-
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. Of what
Yes.
game? Of what game? Say it out
Final
loud.
Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers for the Nintendo Wii.
Okay, so
To be
here we go.
fair,
That's the argument SomeGirl wants to go with.
They've made Crystal Bearers
Final
the main
Fantasy.
Crystal Chronicles game.
Okay, Final Fantasy, Crystal
Mhm.
Chronicles.
Yes.
Wait for it. The Crystal Bearers. That's what you.
Yeah.
That's the hill you want to die on. The main character from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers, is more important than the one of the main 9 party members of Final Fantasy
I thought
7, 9, or 10. 7, 9, or 10. Do you notice how those names of those games are just Final Fantasy
7
with
has
a
like a
number?
million characters already.
I thought
Compared
that
to
the
Type
main,
0?
I thought the main character, the
Seven
main
has
villain
more
of
than Type Zero,
Crystal Chronicles
like,
was the
equal.
Kieran Bears. It was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Kieran Bears. That's the game, right?
Yeah.
Kieran's Lael's best friend. Kais is just some irrelevant hobo they picked up on the street.
I mean, he's like Lael's friend, his trusted assistant. He doesn't really do anything.
Of Crystal Bearers.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
I was
But
gonna run
Ami
the fight.
Italian's
I'm
great.
I'm so upset. You
I mean,
got
Italian
Kais.
BT
Yep.
win.
Yo, Benjamin from Mystic Quest, I am here for.
I'm just waiting for Bart's dad to show up. Dorgan, is that his name? Dorgan?
Yeah, Dorgan.
Yeah, no, I mean Bart learns that trick from him, which he uses to kill that dude or something. It's crazy, and then he just isn't in the game yet. And I'm not sure why. He sounds like a badass. He's like Bart's, except he doesn't have a fear of heights.
Okay, I got something for you guys. You ready? Amarant,
All right.
Quina, Nanaki, also known as Red 13, Braska.
Braska?
Yes, Braska is more important.
The dude's
to
like
Final
not even in the
Fantasy than all.
game.
He's more
Braska literally never appears in the game.
Even
I
Dorgan
played
does that
FF10.
scene.
I don't remember much, but I definitely don't remember Braska, and I do remember at least the characters of that game.
I am so beside myself. I'm just gonna end stream because
What if
Braska holds
Dude, you're
together.
losing the chat. at
Wait.
Braska. Nobody wants Braska.
He holds together the narrative of Final Fantasy X from
Then
a
why should he
completely
be
other timeline.
playable?
From another timeline.
Actually, that's a good. Raw makes a good point. Genova should be a playable character in DFFOO, is what he's saying.
Ooh, yeah, I like that one.
Jesus God Almighty.
I mean, I think we really need all of the 4 of the old Warriors of Dawn from Final Fantasy V.
We need Enuo, or is that
Hey,
his
we
name?
need him.
Enuo? Is he
We
the?
need a ninja kid.
Anuo's
that
the, like,
extrains
super boss from the
after years,
remakes.
All
Yeah,
4
that's
of them. I think we've killed Raw Life.
I'm so upset I cannot speak. The characters in DFFOO should directly reflect the most popular, most best-selling, most mainline games You get those main characters first, all the party members, and then you can go on to these little shit birds like Layla. I just played Final Fantasy 2. I just played it. First off, let me look in the camera. It was horrible. It was awful. If you're a Final Fantasy 2 fan, you're fucking lying. Okay? There's no... Sinewave, I love you to death. Leon, really? Really? 5 minutes at the beginning of the game, and then 20 minutes at the end of the game. You're fucking joking. Braska, Amarant, Quina, Nanaki, Riku. Get it done. I know for a fact Squex is watching this stream. We're huge right now in the East Coast. Okay? Nanaki, Riku, I lost count. Amarant, Quina, before all this bullshit, okay? No one liked Final Fantasy 2.
I'd be Final Fantasy 14 dude soon, I bet. I forget his name. He was an NT.
Oh, then he's probably ending up in who, if that's the case.
I've had enough. I love you guys for supporting us. Thank you so much for coming out, but I'm so violently angry. No one understands marketing. No one understands. Just do it. Just do it. If you're saving one for the end, you're saving Riku. Okay, save Riku. Give me Amarant. Give me Quina. Give me Nanaki. Give me
Don Corneo.
Give me Braska before you give me all this bullshit. No one likes Final Fantasy 2. Okay?
Can we get Cloud dress costume? I think that's more important than like all the characters you listed.
That's fine. That's fine. Give me Cloud dress costume.
Donald and Goofy.
Give me Donald. Give me Sora before you give me all this bullshit. I've had enough. Honestly, thank you guys for coming, but I'm at the point now that I physically cannot contain my rage. I am beside myself. Thank you guys every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One by one, what's your closing thoughts? Zoe, you're first.
Couture for DFFOO. That's like the
only
thought I really
have. Fuck off. You lost your chance. SomeGirl. Do not fuck this up.
So I would like to say for the record that I think Aphmau could really benefit from also the chain brave damage passives because she'll often be at low brave when Sid Raines
Bl'Art.
initiate the watch.
Shush. Bl'Art. I can't. Bl'Art, please help me. What? Just go. Just go. What do you want to say? Please.
Yeah, no, just change over your Shiva passive to ice because you're using Kurasame Call. It's worth the investment.
I literally cannot. I cannot stand anyone on the stream. I love our I love our friends. I love everyone who's coming to support us. Bl'Art, Zoe, SomeGirl, Eda Frank.
Love you too.
Everybody, we didn't even make it. Rated too fast.
I think that needed to end.